Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out the all-new AmpHub guitar amp sim plugin from STL Tones. I have often remarked that it is a wonderful, wonderful time to be a guitar player. The options are plenty, both physical and not physical. In the digital realm, huge leaps and bounds have been made in the sonic quality of the digital guitar amp sim plugins. And honestly, one of the best that I have heard recently is the all new AmpHub from STL Tones and Ignite Amps. Now, right at the top of the video, STL Tones has asked me to check out this plugin and to show all of you, but I did want to note that all thoughts and opinions are mine and mine alone. Now, STL Tones' AmpHub is made in conjunction with Ignite Amps, and it is a subscription-based amp sim plugin, which is pretty cool and also kind of makes a lot of sense because really, with the amount of amp sims that are coming out, these days, they're coming out quite often and they are getting better and better so fast. The subscription model does make a lot of sense if you're into always getting some sort of new tone or always checking out the new thing. This really makes a lot of sense for those of you who are into always searching for that new thing. Now, I have Logic Pro X up. I have a mix ready using STL AmpHub, and before you hear the mix, just know that the only effects on the guitars that you're about to hear are an instance of a tape machine plugin and a little bit of stock Logic compression. That is the only processing you're hearing on these guitars in the mix that you were about to hear right now. Now, when you first open up AmpHub, you are greeted with 5 modules, and it starts out by default in the amplifier section. You also have a tuning section. You have a pedal section with 3 different pedal slots, your virtual pedal board. You have lots of pedal options, and I'm sure more will be added as time goes by. But I want to note that there's a Fortin 33, there's an Ecstasy BB preamp, which is a very, very, very nice pedal in real life. And you also have, the usual suspects as far as overdrive goes, the Maxon OD808, an Ibanez TS9, you have a Boss SD1, one of my favorite overdrive pedals of all time. And you also have a TC Electronic preamp, which Meshuggah used to use back in the day. Very, very cool. Now in the amplifier section, you can start with the presets, and that's what I have here that is currently selected. We have a couple of clean presets. We have a very nice sounding rectifier, which we will get to in just a second. Moving over to the speaker cab section, the module as it were, currently you have a 112 and several 412 cabinets with several different mic options. These are identical from left to right. So you don't have like different cabs on the left and different cabs on the right. They're the same thing, but this is meant so you can blend different microphones together and then use the center fine tuning knobs to add resonance, low pass, high pass filter, change the angle of the microphone. And also you have this nice blend knob right here, which is very, very effective. Again, we will get to that in just a second. And then finally you have an effects module. This is post effects. You can think of this as effects that are in the loop of the proverbial amp: chorus, phaser, graphic EQ, parametric EQ, reverb, flanger, tremolo, and digital delay. One thing I want to note right off the bat is whatever state you are in, let's just say I pick a Solo Lord amplifier preset. If I come down here and I just want to change out the amplifier, which there are many, including a Framus Dragon, a Cobra, Ignite Amps Emissary, a Marshall 800. Everything else does stay the same. I just wanted to point that out, that nothing else changes as far as anything you have going. So if you're just switching out amps, you are not automatically, it's not going to automatically load the cabinet that is best matched for that amp. Now, I want to stress that this is the base version of STL AmpHub. There will be more amps and more things added to it as time goes on, but this is what it will initially launch with. And again, subscription based, I am told it's going to be about 10 bucks a month. Very, very cool. I would like to see a greenback cabinet and the cabinet section kind of expanded on, getting some creambacks, some greenbacks. In real life, I love mixing creambacks and a vintage 30 in the Celestial line. Seeing more cabinets, and I look forward to seeing more amps. I love the fact that there's the Framus Dragon and the Framus Cobra in here. This is the only plug-in version of those amps that I am aware of, and I love those amps. I love the tones you can get mixing it with other amps, because I've said before, I really don't like the Cobra, but it sounds great in this plugin, and that's awesome. I will link down below in the description if you would like more information on STL AmpHub. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed the video that you just watched, please consider subscribing. It helps me, help you, and then in turn, you get more stuff to watch. And also, I have all sorts of stuff down in the description of this video. Sweetwater giveaway stuff. There's all sorts of links to all sorts of things. So consider checking that out as well if you're gonna hang. But if you don't hang, all good. I still love you.